It's the Britt Rochelle Show. Do, do, do. Hey, Peaches. Mother's Day just passed, and I was thinking to myself, how do I get in on that action? I kind of want a baby. But to do that, I need a husband. And somehow I just keep getting passed up. Thankfully, Granny Swanigan came in clutch with this amazing lasagna recipe that she says I'm gonna need. So, let's get right into it. What you're gonna need are, of course, your lasagna noodles, garlic, 3 bell peppers, a myriad of seasonings to your taste. We'll go over each one. An onion or two, about 4 pounds of beef, 5 bratwurst, and a can of crushed tomatoes. Let's get started. Soon. So what we're going to do with our brats here, actually open them up first and foremost. I can't try to open it. There we go. Perfection. Okay. Pretty much going to peel this little skin off right here and plop the meat inside into a bowl. Any lovely fellows out there have an idea on what to do with this little extra piece of skin, come slide into my DMs. Gee, I wonder why it is I just don't have a man. Oops, was using the wrong knife. There we go. Atta girl. Yes, one step closer to married life. Now it's time to cut into our meat. Crack myself up. And now I can move on to my vegetables. Next, we're going to chop up our onion and our 3 bell peppers. Funny how I can have bell peppers, but no wedding bells. Oh, yes, we're cutting the ends off first, then cutting this in half to make the skin peeling so much easier. The onion's making me cry. I swear, not the lack of man. And now we're gonna add our tears. Our onions for the extra flavor. Oh, before I forget, make sure your oven's turned to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Damn it. Just like that. Don't forget again. Anyways, now it's time to cut our bell peppers. Any color will do. Any color will do. Just make sure you have at least 3 of them. That's how you do that. So messy. Oh, this can get a little messy. Kind of like my love life. Well, turns out we only needed 1 pepper. Oh, poor little thing. It's so lonely and spare now. Just gonna leave that there. Let's get this into the meat. Now we're gonna mash this all together with our hands. And man, I haven't touched this much meat since college. I almost forgot the garlic. Well, you know what they say. A clove of garlic a day keeps the bloodsuckers away. So we're using 10. And we're going to squish them and cut them up. A scarily accurate representation of what's been done to my heart. Alright, all done. More damage under the garlic than to my feelings this time. Let's just get it in there. There we go. And we keep mixing. Man, I can keep these peppers in the bowl about as well as I can keep a man to stay in a relationship with me. Now that our meat's been squished and molded into a nice little ball over here, we're gonna brown it in our skillet over here. Oh, our big old pan. Plop that into our pan right there. We're going to coat that with between 1/8 and 1/4 cup of Mrs. Dash. Can't go wrong with Mrs. Dash. Well, it has to be Mrs. Dash because it's Miss Dash. Yeah. Coat that nice and even. Get it nice and mixed in. Even the spices are a missus. Once your meat is well seasoned, you're going to want to start on your noodles while it browns. Oh, little tip for you. Make sure you have your water pre-boiled. It'll make the process go faster, get you your lasagna faster. Maybe even your marriage faster. Alright, in you go. Grace Wanigan always told me to make a wish. Husband, 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 husband! Now, it's finally time to get saucy in here. For once. Gonna take this can of tomatoes, crushed, just like my heart after my last 3 dates. Get them warming up in a pot. Last time I tackled something that hard was... Anyways, next I'm gonna just dump it right on in here. We want to spice it up a little bit with our litany of spices. Alright, first we're going to throw in a little under 1/4 cup of basil. Now these measurements don't have to be precise, so just do it to taste. So whatever your taste is. Chase after it relentlessly. Alright, next is your oregano, about the same amount. Sprinkle in some cilantro. Just a wee bit of black pepper. Got maybe a teaspoon or 2 of black pepper. Closer to 1/4 cup of granulated garlic. Around 1/8 of a cup of ground cumin. And another 1/8 cup of Mrs. Dash, just for good measure. Get that extra wifey mojo in there. Okay. Now last but certainly not least, and I mean it, you do not want to skip this step, though it is still to taste. I'm using about 1/4 cup of honey. It's extremely important to level out the flavor of your sauce. You know what they say, you can't catch a man without a little bit of sweetness. Alright, now we're gonna have that over I'd say medium heat, let it simmer a bit, and stir it all in. Oh man, that smells fantastic. I wonder if the boys will come running if I open the window a bit. Never mind. Ooh. That is good. Next, we're going to combine all this juicy, delicious meat into our sauce. Get it super ready for the lasagna. Now, it's a little bit too graphic for OnlyFans, but I pulled the nudes out a little earlier. Now to get the meat in, use your preferred method of straining to get rid of all the grease. I'm using a slotted spoon to scoop all this meat into that spicy sauce. Now, stir your meat into your sauce. Alright. And don't forget, you can add mushrooms whenever you'd like. It's just a matter of how you like them. I like them in my bed at night. Easy peasy. Alright. Perfect. Now we're just gonna mix these into our sauce and get to layering. And now that your sauce is sufficiently sloshed, it's time to get to layering. So your first layer is just gonna be a little bit of sauce. You don't want to come on too strong or anything and scare anyone off, right? Next, you're gonna take your lovely nudes, lay them all over your sauce. Just sauce them right up. In total, you'll want about 5 layers. That should be enough to sufficiently trap him. I mean, win his heart. Next, we'll put in a little more sauce. And we'll top it off with some cheese. Now, there's a couple different types of cheeses you can use. That depends on taste as well. This time, I will be using some mozzarella, Parmesan, and what? Make sure you're not too generous with that. Just keep spreading on nice and thin. Yeah, okay, just making sure I was good to continue. Now there's a few different cheeses you can use that is, again, due to personal taste or the taste of your family, if you're lucky enough to have one. Today I'll be using mozzarella and Parmesan and some Munster. We're on our last layer. Now it's essentially a pasta cake, so you definitely just want to squish it down, make sure it's nice and compacted. Now, it's okay for this last layer to be nice and meaty on top. Just how I like it. Guess that joke was a little cheesy. Now that we got this nice and layered and compacted together, it's time for this to go in my oven. That oven! But before that, a little extra mozzarella. For good luck. I need it. Give me a man! To the oven! That'll be in there for about 20 minutes, or at least until the cheese is melted. Now, I don't know anything about being desperate or anything, but just try not to eat it as soon as it comes out of the oven. You will burn your mouth. Though, not to say I've never been tempted by something burning in my mouth. If you like it, then you should put a ring on it. If you like it, please, dear God, put a ring on it. I really want someone to put a ring on it. Please. Fucking ring. Now! Really? For me? No, come back! Come back! Now that our lasagna's cooled down a bit, let's try a slice. big old healthy helping for my big old healthy husband, wherever he is. Well, this is kind of a big slice. Wonder if someone would like to share it with me? Anyone? Cheers! Granny Swanigan wasn't wrong about this lasagna. Now it's trying to find out if she was wrong about the man. It's been Britt Rochelle. Stay peachy. Go get yourself a man with this lasagna. Oh no, you're not getting away from me this time! Do that. I do